waters are fast-moving.
Unlike other big rallies,
A bit earlier at about 7 a.m.
Welcome to #PHVote 2013.
Today on Rappler, Energy Secretary Jericho Petilla offers to resign after he fails to bring electricity back to Yolanda-hit areas. Pope Francis prays for the Philippines in his first Christmas message. And North Korean leader Kim Jong-un tells his military boost combat readiness. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. It's Christmas Day. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Presidential spokesman Edwin Lacerda says Energy Secretary Jericho Petilla offers to quit to, quote, keep his word that he will resign if all the towns are not energized in Yolanda-hit areas. Lacerda says whether or not President Aquino will accept is another matter. Petilla tells Lacerda in a text message that 3 towns in Yolanda-hit areas experienced problems recently. But as of 2:40 p.m. Wednesday, the problems appear to have been addressed. The 3 towns were not identified. Petilla said Tuesday that the power has been restored all typhoon-hit areas 100%. Petilla then pointed out that while all towns and municipalities have connected to the grid, some houses are still without electricity. Petilla adds connecting local households to power sources is the responsibility of local government units. In a phone interview with Rappler, Petilla said in Filipino, "Our responsibility is only to make sure there's power to access to, but the mayor in Tacloban belongs to another camp, and as far as he's concerned, as long as there's no electricity in his house, then there's no electricity in Tacloban." A party mate of President and a former governor of Leyte, Petilla, was named to the Energy Department in 2012. Pope Francis highlights the role played by humble shepherds in the Nativity in his first Christmas Eve Mass in the Vatican on December 24th. At the service in St. Peter's Basilica, the 77-year-old Pope says local shepherds were the first to witness the Holy Birth, quote, because they were among the last, the outcast. The Pope also calls on Catholics to open their hearts and struggle against the spirit of darkness. This marks the Pope's first Christmas following the surprise resignation of Benedict XVI. On Monday, the Pope said in a homily, "Like the Virgin Mary, the Church this week is expecting a birth. Is there space for the Lord, or is there space only for parties, shopping, and making noise?" In his first Christmas message, Pope Francis led the world in praying for the Philippines after Super Typhoon Yolanda, international name Haiyan, killed more than 6,000 Filipinos and affected 16 million others. Pope Francis prays for victims of natural disasters, especially those from beloved Philippines. Also on Monday, Pope Francis visited retired Pope Benedict XVI to greet him a Merry Christmas. The 2 popes met in Benedict's residence inside the Vatican City. On Wednesday, December 25, Francis delivers the Urbi et Orbi, or to the city and the world blessing, on St. Peter's Square. State media reports North Korean leader Kim Jong-un urges the country's military to boost its combat readiness, saying a war could break out, quote, without any prior notice. The call comes at a time of heightened tension on the Korean peninsula after the execution of Kim's uncle and former mentor, Jang Song-tak. Korean Central News Agency says he instructed the unit to put utmost spurs on rounding off its combat readiness, always bearing in mind that a war breaks out without any prior notice. Seoul and Washington warned of possible provocative acts by the nuclear-armed North following the purge. South Korean President Park Geun-hye calls for, quote, watertight security readiness during her trip Tuesday to a frontline guard post, describing the situation over the border as ominous. She says we should react sternly and mercilessly to any provocations by North Korea. Well, let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 6, Syrian airstrikes kill 15 people, including 3 children in Aleppo on Tuesday, as the regime pressed a blistering 9-day bombing campaign that has killed hundreds, a monitoring group said. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights documents the killing of 364 people, among them 105 children, 33 women, and 30 fighters in the massive air campaign in and around Aleppo. A 19-year-old activist says the past 10 days in Aleppo have been the most violent in the whole of the Syrian revolution. Number 9. 4 security guards of an exclusive village in Makati City were commended by village residents for following security protocol and stopping the convoy of Mayor Junjun Binay November 30th. In a letter dated December 23, Dasmariñas Village Association President Jay Pantanco says the association stands by the actions of the security guards. CCTV footage uploaded by the Philippine Daily Inquirer on Wednesday showed Binay stepping out of the lead car to speak with village guards. Binay's convoy was eventually allowed to exit at the same gate after Makati policemen were called in. And at number 10, an Indonesian district chief shuts down a local airport after failing to get on a full flight. Mariana Sai, head of Ngagad district in the eastern island of Flores, orders local officials to block the runway of the airport to prevent the plane he wanted to ride from landing. Indonesian government officials are not happy with the incident and have ordered an investigation into the matter. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. A British surgeon is suspended over allegations he branded his initials on a patient's liver. Newspaper reports say Simon Bramhall faces an investigation after a colleague discovered the initials SB on the organ during a follow-up operation at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, Central England. The hospital's management says it, quote, has suspended a surgeon while an internal investigation is completed. The Daily Mail newspaper said Bramhall used non-toxic arson gas to sear his initials on the liver. 2 NASA astronauts wrap up successful repairs at the International Space Station on Tuesday after a rare Christmas Eve spacewalk to fix equipment cooling system. 2 astronauts floated outside the orbiting lab for 7.5 hours to replace an ammonia pump whose internal control valve failed on December 11. NASA says, "We have a pump that is alive and well." After a successful jump-start test on the newly installed pump module, he adds, more checks need to be done, but the pump appears to be, quote, in good shape and would be fully activated. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page that crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that have affected our readers and viewers the most. These 10 stories have gotten the most number of clicks on their mood meter. If we take a look today, this story posted just a few hours ago, Mayweather Christmas card mocks Pacquiao. You have 17% amused and 59% angry. That read, picking up the story that's gotten the most number of votes. Indonesian official fails to get on a flight, shuts down airport in revenge. You see 62% angry. That read, leading to the mood of the day. Today, most people are angry. Well, that is Rappler's Newscast for today, Wednesday, December 25, 2013. Despite the mood meter, Merry Christmas and hope you are having a happy holidays. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.